Gable up front. Congratulations to the win. You made the walk to the hallowed UFC octagon. You came out the other side with a stoppage win. What are the emotions like right now?
Oh, man, I'm having a great time. So much media after, which was not expected, but when you get to a big stage, it's an honor to be a part of this. And man, thank you all for coming, and thanks for the questions. But, man, what a cool thing, you know. Go out there on a big card, a lot of pressure, a lot of people waiting to see what can Gable Steveson do, and I hopefully I deliver to everyone on their TV screen, and so everyone who is an average fan that may not know me knows me now.
Came out to nothing but a G thing. What was the choice like for you? Was it a tough choice, or was that always the song?
When I was in college, I was always Big Papa, because I was the heavyweight. I was Big Papa, but today I was nothing but a G thing, because when Gable comes out, it's the biggest G thing of all time.
What happened with the low blow situation was kind of strange, because on the replay it didn't look like it was low, but Mark Goddard kept saying he heard it and that's why he stopped it, and even defended when the replay official was like, no, it wasn't there. So how did you handle that situation? How were you able to stay calm?
You know, all kudos to Elisha Ellison. But I think Elisha wanted a break, and Mark saw that and was like, hey, can I give Elisha a break before he gets whooped by Gable Steveson? And sadly, it happened to him. He got his break. He got time to recuperate. But it just had to happen to him, and today wasn't his day.
I wanted to ask you about a fellow wrestler turned UFC fighter, Bo Nickal. He had a lot to say about you and your wrestling and all that. And then he wished you luck afterwards, but at first was like, hey, if me and Gable to wrestle, I have the game plan. All I got to do is just gas him out like these other opponents. I wanted to get your reaction to what Bo Nickal had to say on Twitter.
I like Bo Nickal. I didn't mean no harm. Bo Nickal telling me that he's gonna gas me out after he got gassed out a couple fights ago is a crazy thing. So Bo Nickal, I didn't mean no harm. I gotta take a shot back at you if you take a shot at me. But we're friends. You know, wrestlers always gotta stay together. You know, Bo Nickal is one of the best collegiate wrestlers of all time, and I hope he keeps winning, and I hope he keeps doing his thing, and I'll always be a fan of his just because wrestling.
And then last thing for me, you're obviously putting an influx of energy into this division right now. You're one of the big prospects. Are you looking to return quick, or do you just want to sort of enjoy this moment, what you accomplished, this whole build to the UFC debut? How are you sort of handling where you go from here?
Today I'm going to enjoy the moment. Tomorrow I'm going to go home and enjoy it with my family. Monday I go back to work. So if it means something fast and it comes quick, I would love to. But I think MSG is in November. MSG would be amazing to go out there in Madison Square Garden. You know, the last time I was in MSG, John Jones spinning back kick Stipe, so it would be cool to keep that legacy going in Madison Square Garden.
Okay, well, I wanted to. It's funny you mentioned about John's kicks, because if you look at your body shape, I don't think people expect you to fight the same way as John. And yet tonight I saw switching stances, I saw plenty of knee stomps, and I saw lots of teeps to the body. Is that something they're training you to fight like another John Jones, or is that just something you feel like you can do as well?
No, they're training Gable Steveson to fight like Gable Steveson. Just, you know, I got great mentors in my corner though, so. You know, with the athleticism that I have, I can pull off a lot of things that John did. But with the height that I have, my explosiveness can get me to that point to close that distance a lot. So John shows me what John knows best. He knows my body style. He knows what I can do, and he knows what I'm going to do, because I don't think there's anything I can't do.
There's a lot of talk about UFC jitters, right? Oh, you can fight in the regional scene, but when you get here, didn't seem like an issue tonight. Is that why you're already making your calls for the big moments? Like, okay, so Conor card, MSG is the next big thing, right? Is that what you want? You want to pick these big moments to heighten your profile as quickly as possible?
You know, when I came out, I felt the crowd, and when I walked into the octagon, I felt like I was supposed to be here. You know, there was no scariness, there was no big nerves. It was just the anxious to go out there and beat Elisha Ellison. So, you know, big moments are meant for me. It's just none but a G.
He asked you about another wrestler, so I'm going to have to do the same thing. Josh Hokit had some responses to some of the comments you made and basically said that this isn't wrestling. If you sign up to fight him, a doctor will have to take time to get your case back together. Curious if you have a response to those comments.
You know, like I said, I like Josh as a fighter. Josh is a character. Josh wants to make sure people follow him on Instagram and follow him on Twitter. I go out there and dominate. I go out there and win. So if the time comes with Josh, if he doesn't move down before that, so be it. We'll make it happen. But right now, like I said, today I'll enjoy this victory. Monday I'll be back in the gym. I'll wait for my next call, and hopefully it's MSG. And if it isn't, we'll be back before that.
Gable, today, I mean, Elisha wasn't going out without a fight, and I feel like it forced you to showcase a bit of different parts of your game, a wide variety today. Do you feel like you showed a lot from your game to the people, or is there something that you feel like you wanted to leave showing tonight that you couldn't?
You know, I think I showed a lot to the people, but I also think there's so much more to show. Elisha, I knew he wasn't going to give up. But I knew if you hit Elisha Ellison hard from all of his videos that he would fall. And when I hit him hard after a couple good jabs and a couple good body shots, you saw that he wanted the breaks. He wanted to circle the cage. He wanted to make sure that he got away from me. So I respect him for coming in and taking this match. He believed in himself wholeheartedly, and as I believe myself too. So I thank him. I respect him as an opponent. And hopefully he goes back to his family healthy and gets to see his son in a great way when he goes back home. And hopefully there's no problems with him after that.
And it's not every day we see, that type of variety from, especially heavyweights with the record you have in terms of professional fights. So what else do you attribute that to, apart from obviously the team you train with and all of that?
Just a great team, a great athlete that can go out there and mix it up. A guy that's a sponge that wants to soak it all in and be the best he possibly can. A guy that listens and is all ears and all eyes and just wants to be better for himself and wants to take care of the people who's around him.
Hey, Gable, back here. Hello. Gable, so obviously, you're in that fight, you take a few shots, he defends the takedown. Obviously, you train, it's not always going to be, going one-way traffic. How proud were you of the way you handled maybe a bit of that adversity that a lot of us maybe didn't expect in that fight?
It's going to happen. It's a fight. You're going to get hit. Maybe I take a big hit, but you saw I bounced right back and I got right in his face as I should. The first shot I took was just to get a feeler out for him, see what he was going to do, see how he would defend. I wanted to shock his nervous system to kind of make sure that he knew he was in for a fight. If you see a lot of John Jones fights, he goes out there and in the first 30 seconds he pushes you to make sure you're going to fight him. So he defended my takedown. Great job. But if I shot two more, he wasn't going to defend those.
Well, obviously, very few things are probably going to ever be bigger than competing for Olympic gold. But if you were to compare, what would you say was different about your first UFC fight compared to a big stage like that?
The Olympics is always the Olympics. I know many guys will trade the UFC belt for Olympic gold medal. But today was a great rush. Today was a bigger rush in the Olympics, and it's part of the UFC being the biggest promotion out there. So I'm happy to be here.
Obviously, there was a lot of attention, but did it even surprise you? I mean, they have the Gable Steveson shirt already on sale at the UFC store, things like that. You knew that there was going to be a lot of attention, but were you even surprised just, hey, they're already making showing you that they're invested?
Rightfully so. As my performance shows today, I hope they invest into me. I hope they understand that there's a new face in the heavyweight division. I hope they see that there's an athletic, gifted, hardworking male that's in front of them that's going to go out there and dominate. And today was just step one of that. But I didn't know they made shirts, so that's kind of cool. If someone could give me one, that'd be very nice.
Just right here. First, congratulations for the gold medal as a wrestling fan. I have a few questions for you. We saw John tell you something right before you step in the cage. Can you share us what it was with us? And at the end of the fight, we saw you share something with DC. And I'm interested of what was this Olympic discussion.
Yeah.
So if you can.
As people know, I'm a big DC fan also, and I went over to him and I said, I didn't need a. Hey. I told him no takedowns were necessary for this win, and he congratulated me. As you know, DC is a big wrestler just like me, a guy that goes out there and can shoot a lot of shots, just like myself also. So I went up to him and I said, hey, I showed you a little bit of what a lot can be, and as time goes on, I'll take those shots and take guys down and make sure they stay down.
You make the transition. We see you win with a knockout. In Europe, especially, sometimes when there is wrestling into a game, a match, people boo because they didn't know really what it is. I think in some countries, making wrestling more entertaining, is that one of your plan or motivation as well?
No, I would love to wrestle, and I love wrestling. Everybody knows I'm the Olympic champion from USA. That is the first heavyweight champion in 20-some years. So it was cool to go out there and showcase some hands. But wrestling by far is still the hardest sport on this earth. It's a great sport. Real America Freestyle is doing the best they possibly can. They just got done in Tbilisi, Georgia. They're going to go to Moscow, which hopefully I can wrestle on the Moscow card in September, and just keep things moving. But wrestling has always been my life.
That was my last question. Can you tell the people how hard it is to become Olympic champion in wrestling? Because we saw a quote of DC explaining that, but if we can hear that from you.
Olympic champion is the biggest caliber you can get in wrestling. Wrestling, you don't get money, you don't get fame, you don't get popularity, you get the glory of being an Olympic champion. So it was cool for me because somehow I worked my way to being a big name in the sport of wrestling that people looked at to say, hey, I want my kids to wrestle like Gable Steveson. And people to this day still tell me I was up at 4 a.m. watching Olympic matches, and I woke my I woke my kids up because I was screaming. So it's a cool thing. But man, shout out to Olympic Wrestling, United World Wrestling, and many other people.
Last one for me. I have to ask. I'm French, so it's my duty to ask you that. Is Cyril Gane one of your goals, like one of your targets?
Cyril Gane's a great fighter, great fighter, fantastic fighter. He's one of my favorite fighters in heavyweight division. Of course, he's a target. He has something that a lot of people want. But today I'll take my win, I'll take my victory, and I keep moving it slow. Cyril Gane is not he is in the foreseeable future, but he's not in the next fight. And I'll worry about the next fight, and then after that, I'll worry about the next one.
Thank you very much.
Gable, I know you've been doing a lot of media since the fight. I'm sure you've had a chance to talk to John a little bit. What's that discussion been like? Again, you were a big favorite going in tonight. You went and got the first round win. I imagine John's got to be happy with that performance.
I haven't even been able to talk to John because I've been talking to y'all all day.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn. So,
okay.
But when we get done with this, I'm going to talk to John. But I'm sure he's going to have some wise words. But he's smart. He's intelligent. He's going to have words of how we can get better. Mm-hmm. And that's why he's in my corner.
Yeah, and it's not just performing in the cage, it's also the promotional side of things to get, attention and fights and all that. What do you make of Josh Hokit's whole shtick? I know you've been asked about him, but I don't know if you've actually been asked about how he goes about promoting himself. Are you a fan of it?
He does a great job. Good for him.
Okay. Do you feel that pressure, though, to promote as well, not just perform in the cage, but also hype up fights and all that? Is it something on your mind, especially coming from WWE?
No, when I walked in, I was Gable Steveson. They knew who I was.
Yeah, fair enough. And just last one for me, we saw the speed in the cage tonight. How would you say your speed compares to some of the top heavyweights? Because you look pretty fast out there.
A lot of guys are fast. A lot of guys are technical. I'm a fast, athletic male that can go out there and get into certain spots that a lot of other heavyweights can, especially the taller ones. So I think my fare is going to be really great.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Gable back here. You and Bo Nickal are obviously amazing wrestlers that have earned their platforms in the UFC. Do you have any names of wrestlers that could be next that the UFC is going to push in the future?
Man, I would love David Carr to wrestle. I would love Aaron Brooks to wrestle. Bo Bassett. Maybe Carter Starachi. Maybe a few other guys that come over here. And maybe Kyle Schneider. Abdul Rashid Alive. There's so many great wrestlers out there that a lot of people do not know. But I think they're starting to know because Real American Freestyle. So hopefully their names get out there. Hopefully they make the change. And hopefully they like it.
Awesome. And one more from me. Obviously, you've had a lot of celebrity duties. You got to throw out the first pitch at the Texas Rangers game, I believe. You were there. What's been your coolest experience so far, that the UFC has brought to you?
I think the coolest experience UFC has brought to me is, just being myself and being alive. A lot of people take that for granted. A lot of people take getting food on our plate for granted. Having nice shoes, having nice clothes. I have a very nice watch on now, but it doesn't mean nothing. I'm just a regular human being that somehow made it to a crazy spot that a lot of people should be influenced by and inspired by. So I'm not a celebrity. I'm a human being that wants to have other people look at me as a human being. But for 15 minutes, I'll be a Showtime. I'll be a star. But other than that, I'm just a regular guy on the street.